The art of being here while getting things done. There's a peculiar tension in modern life that most of us feel but rarely name. We're told to be present and live in the moment. Yet we also have bills to pay, commitments to honor, and futures to plan for. It can feel like we're being pulled in two directions, toward the Zen like simplicity of now and toward the practical demands of tomorrow. But what if this isn't actually a contradiction? What if presence and responsibility aren't opposing forces, but two sides of the same meaningful life? The mistake we often make is thinking that being present means abandoning care for the future, or that being responsible means sacrificing the richness of now. In truth, the most grounded people I've known are both deeply present and reliably responsible. They've discovered something crucial, that these qualities actually strengthen each other. Presence makes responsibility possible. When you're truly present with a task, you do it better. You catch details you'd otherwise miss. You make fewer mistakes. You bring creativity to problems instead of just grinding through them on autopilot. The parent who is fully present during dinner doesn't just meet a responsibility, they transform it into connection. The worker who gives genuine attention to their project doesn't just complete an obligation, they craft something worthwhile. Responsibility without presence becomes mere drudgery, a joyless checking of boxes. We go through the motions but miss the meaning. We're physically there but mentally absent, and this divided attention often means we have to redo things, fix mistakes, or deal with the consequences of half-hearted effort. Responsibility makes presence possible. Here's the paradox. You can't truly be present when you're drowning in chaos. Try to meditate when your rent is 3 months overdue, when you've broken promises to everyone who matters, when your life is a mess of your own making. The mind won't settle. How could it? Taking care of your affairs creates the foundation for presence. When you've paid your bills, kept your word, and tended to your obligations, your mind is free. You're not constantly interrupted by anxiety about what you're neglecting. You can actually be here, now, because you're not being chased by the ghosts of undone tasks. This is why monks who seem to live entirely in the moment also follow strict schedules and disciplines. The structure isn't the enemy of presence, it's the container that makes it possible. The practice: whole attention, one thing at a time. So how do you actually live this integration? The answer is simpler than it seems. Give your whole attention to whatever you're doing, whether it's washing dishes or planning your retirement. When you're planning for the future, be fully present with that planning. Don't do it half-heartedly while wishing you were somewhere else. Bring your complete attention to it. Feel the weight of your decisions. Consider your options carefully. This is presence. Not escaping into fantasy about the future, but being genuinely here, with the act of preparing for it. When you're with your child, your friend, your own breath, be there completely, not thinking about your to-do list, not mentally rehearsing tomorrow's meeting, just here. This is responsibility too, to the people you love, to yourself, to the life you're actually living. The secret is this: presence isn't about what you're doing, it's about how you're doing it. The freedom in both. What makes this way of living so liberating is that you stop feeling torn. You're not constantly feeling guilty about not being present because you're worrying about responsibilities. And you're not constantly anxious about responsibilities because you're trying to force yourself to live in the moment. Instead, you develop a kind of trustworthy rhythm. You know that when it's time to plan, to work, to take care of business, you'll show up fully for that. And you also know that when it's time to rest, to play, to simply be, you'll show up fully for that too. Each gets its due. Each gets your whole self. This is what integrity actually means. Not perfection, but wholeness. Not having your life split into spiritual presence versus mundane responsibility, but recognizing that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. Start where you are. You don't need to revolutionize your life to begin. Just pick one thing today. Maybe it's making dinner. Maybe it's reviewing your budget. Maybe it's sitting with someone you love, and give it your complete attention. Notice what happens. Notice how different it feels. Being present doesn't mean you never think about tomorrow. It means when you think about tomorrow, you're fully engaged with that thinking. Not distracted, not resentful, but genuinely there with it. Being responsible doesn't mean you never rest. It means you're trustworthy to others and to yourself, which paradoxically gives you more freedom, not less. The PR